Yeah. Okay. Bismillah. Oh, Assalamu alaikum. MashaAllah. Tabarakallah. Please forgive the delay, but there was a lot of technicals. But Alhamdulillah, we are live, we are online, and we are, Alhamdulillah, cameras working and everything. So Bismillah walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا إنك سميع مجيب الدعاء. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع وقلب لا يخشع ونفس لا تشبع ودعاء لا يسمع. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Wallahi, we are extremely blessed. I was just thinking this because I just left the Jannah Institute. Allah blessed us with one of the high schoolers who put her hijab, so we celebrated this for her. Alhamdulillah, it's amazing. I'm not talking about us, it's just all these ni'am Allah is giving us, honestly. And then I was like, subhanAllah, I'm just coming out to the next building and praying in Jama'ah. What is this? And I live in America. I want you to think, right? This is sometimes not even available in Muslim countries, right? I just crossed the street, I didn't even move my car. Then I came, alhamdulillah, everything is ready, prayed, beautiful, beautiful woman, prayed Jama'ah, and now alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Allah knows who is hearing us and where are they. May Allah make us among the grateful. Allahumma ja'alna min ash-shakirin. Allahumma ja'alna min ash-shakirin. As I think I shared with you last week, or maybe not, as Imam Abu Hanifa, I learned it from one of the teachers. He said, when I learn something and I am grateful, I know Allah will teach me more. Because لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ, remember she said it, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. So you want to learn more, just be grateful. Don't complain. Until you are grateful in this day and age, don't complain. It's not the best, it's not what I'm looking for, temperature, just say Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I have a space. Alhamdulillah, we are together. Alhamdulillah, I can speak. Alhamdulillah, you can see me, you can hear me. All this. Don't you think this is easy? And when I send some of the pictures, like from the back to my friends over, they can't believe it. I was like, what is that? I was like, yeah, this is us in America. So honestly, and I keep reminding you all, especially the young people, because the more you remember and know the ni'mah of Allah, He'll give you more. So today, inshallah, the next hadith is, I'm going to cover the lawful and the unlawful. And we're not going to do it in one. Probably we'll do it at least in two, because this is very relevant to us these days, right? So this hadith is, they call it, and again, so everyone knows, they call it Hadith Nu'man ibn al-Bashir. And Nu'man ibn al-Bashir is the Sahabi, is the companion who narrated the hadith, right? Let's remind everybody. So the way hadith reach out to us, right? Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam was speaking. There could be one person, there could be 10, there could be 100. We don't know. And could be one person heard it from him, only one, and then he went and said it to others, meaning could be other companions, and then the companions said it to the followers, and the followers, and the followers to reach the Imam al-Bukhari, Muslim, Ahmed, it depends which book it is. And some hadith is not only one Sahabi. 5 left, think of this, 5 left, and 5 said, right, today program, Tuesday night program was about, and you narrated. So this one is more than one Sahabi narrated, but the most accurate one is Nu'man ibn al-Bashir. Now remember this name because this is how they call the hadith, Hadith Nu'man ibn al-Bashir. The moment they say this name, you know this is hadith is about lawful and unlawful. The other name for it, Hadith al-Halal wal-Haram. Lawful and unlawful. How many of us these days struggle with these words? And I use the word struggle. Is it halal? Is it haram? Is it I don't know? Is it I know, but I like it? Is it I know I shouldn't do it, but I do it because I like it? Everybody else, why not? We live in a day and time that why not? May Allah help the youth, because that's the language outside. Everything is why not, right? For us, Alhamdulillah, we grew up in a different time. So of course it's not. But for this day and age, everything people is questioning. Muslims and non-Muslims. So this hadith is Hadith al-Halal wal-Haram. Now, all of you give me your heart and brain. We started with the first hadith. Remember, this series is about 4 hadiths right? Hum 3 or 4, they differ, but I'm going to inshallah cover 4, where they said all this deen based on. Are you with me? طيب. Let's go much simpler. What is this deen is all about? Do and don't. Right? Do and don't. Are you with me? Worship Allah, don't worship someone else. Pray, don't not pray. Speak the truth, don't lie. It's do and don't. So the first hadith, that the base is why you are doing it, the intention. So you can remember why these hadith. I was thinking why these 4, and the next one you will see the connection also. So the first thing is, which I hope by now all of you have practiced this, young and old, why you are here, why didn't you come, why you are online, why you bought the book, why, whatever you are doing, why. Before we said what are you doing, this hadith is what are you doing, but the first one is why. And make sure, practice, train yourself that the answer is for Allah. Train it, and He will teach you, even if you're not 100% sure. Train. I didn't say do it, I said train yourself. Train. And again, remember, we went in details how Allah will test me and test you. Really, this is for me, show me. But then train yourself till you will, it becomes habit. Exactly. You don't have to say it anymore. It becomes literally habit. Now the second one is, what are you doing? So the second hadith is, what are you doing? In our terms, is it okay or it's not okay? Halal, lawful, permissible. Haram, unlawful, forbidden. That's the translation. Right? Is what we are doing halal? Really? I was like, I thought this room is going to be like a lot of echo. Is this halal? Absolutely. Wait. Is this haram? Most probably no. We'll come to it. But in general, no. Can this be something I'm not sure about? Could be. I'll take you through these 3 questions. Anything you are doing, is it halal, lawful, permissible, okay? Allah looks at you and says, go, do it, no issues. Opposite, haram, unlawful, not permissible. Just a reminder, I'm sure all of you know, halal, meaning I can do it. I have no sequences. I'm not going to be asked or punished. Haram, meaning if I do it, I'm disobeying Allah, I'm going to be taken accountable. Don't use the word punished, I'm going to be taken accountable. There is this gray zone in between. It is not halal, but it's not haram. Or I have no idea. And we live in a day and time, majority of it is I have no idea. Right? Don't think about the halal meat, please. Please. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to hear any questions. Right? As we say in Arabic, قتلناه بحثا, they say. قتلناه, but we killed the discussion, meaning we have discussed it till the matter is dead. This is a figure of speech in Arabic language. So let me read the hadith for you. And I need you to pay attention at the end of the hadith. A take-home message. There is 2 main take-home message in this hadith. One in the middle of it and one at the end. Okay? I'll read it to you and see, inshallah, you can get it bi'idhnillah. So, an Abi Abdullah, his son is Abdullah. An Abi Abdullah Nu'man ibn al-Bashir, رضي الله عنهما, he and his son, قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, I heard the Rasul عليه الصلاة والسلام saying, first, إن الحلال بين, verily, surely, halal is clear. وإن الحرام بين, and haram, verily, haram is clear. Wait, don't start questioning. Wait. Just listen. وبينهما أمور مشتبهات. In between these 2 zones, there are unclear or doubtful. these two words, unclear. And then you're saying, طيب, what is this? لا يعلمهن كثير من الناس. Majority of people don't know these doubtful things, if it is okay or not okay to do. Are you all with me? Alhamdulillah. طيب. Now he says, فمن اتقى الشبهات فقد استبرأ لدينه وعرضه. Whomsoever, stay away, pay attention to this word, stay away from the doubtful, he saved his, or she saved her honor and the religion. Are you with me? Okay. ومن وقع في الشبهات وقع في الحرام. And whom he practice the doubtful, do the doubtful, will end up in haram. Pay attention to this, because this is very important for us these days, especially living in, it's not necessarily living in a non-Muslim country. It's a lot of things we don't know. Though that person who roam around, practice the doubtful, will end up in haram. He gives you the parable. وهذه, the best way of teaching is when you give parables or examples. And now he gives the example, because imagine this is the first time you're hearing this hadith. What are we talking? And he said, كالراعي يرعى حول الحمام. He said, just like the shepherd, right? Taking care of his flocks, right? حول الحمى, around the forbidden area. Like you have a farm, and the farm has fence. That shepherd brings always his flocks or the sheep, let them graze close to the border. يوشك أن يوقع في الحرام. يوشك أن يوقع أو أن يرتع فيه. If you keep leaving your animals, he's giving the example. He gave the shepherd because they can understand, right? Meaning, if I want to give an example now, say, if you keep driving, the speed limit is 60. If you keep driving at 60, what is the possibility you will do 61, 62, 65? Very high. Versus if you do 55, if you're going to speed, it's going to be 60. You're still in the halal. Are you with me? Alhamdulillah. طيب. ألا وإن now, what does this has to do with Allah? So this is beautiful hadith. ألا وإن لكل ملك حمى ألا إن حمى الله محارمه. Every king has his own sanctuaries, meaning protected area. And حمى الله محارمه. The protected area is the area that is the haram. The border is the haram. So for the sheep, the border is they were going to go and graze in the neighbor's land. For Allah, the graze is the haram. Are you with me? Now the take-home message. How many of you saw My Dear Heart? طيب. ألا إن في الجسد مضغة إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله وإذا فسدت فسد الجسد كله ألا وهي القلب. He ended up by completely different thing. Nothing to do with halal or haram or graze or whatever. He said, verily in that body, there is one piece of flesh. If it was correct, everything is correct. And if it was corrupt, everything is corrupt. ألا وهي القلب. Verily, that piece is the heart. Are you with me? Do you know how many of you know the hadith? I'm glad I'm doing it. Majority, there's less than 10 people. Perfect. Whenever you hear a hadith, just think, what is the subject? Is deeds. Do and don't, right? طيب. And deeds, halal. What is halal? Don't translate, I know Prince. I just said it. What is halal? You know what's halal? Everything that is not haram. And the essence of this deen is al-hil. Al-aslu fi ad-din al-hil. The base of this deen, everything in this deen is halal unless there is a proof that is haram. So don't make it hard and difficult and complicated. Everything is haram. It is not. It is not. But that doesn't mean everything is halal also, because that's the other extreme. There's two extremes I see in these days. Either people, everything is haram, or there's people, everything is okay. And both is not right. Both is not the balance of this deen. Things are clearly haram. And he gave a lot of examples. Alcohol, adultery, having intimate relationship outside marriage, right? Killing, lying, backbiting. These are clear. You want to sugarcoat, do whatever you want. It's not going to change. It's in the Quran, it's in the Sunnah. That's haram. Halal. Everything else halal. All the food halal, unless it's stolen, unless it's harmful to the body. But it's halal. Now, then there is this gray area. What is the gray area? Better. Huh? Gray area. Yes.
Things that are not mentioned halal or haram.
Thank you, but what is it? Give me an example. Exactly. Things that is not clearly halal, things are not clearly haram. I have no idea. Is the microphone halal? Wait. Just about Bismillah. The concept, why I put the mic, because there was no mic at the time of Rasul. So I don't know. That's the first thing, right? But then, is it halal? Or it is haram? Because some people will come and tell you this is bid'ah that was not done at the time of Rasul. This was actually, a scholar was told this. And then the person who told him this, that person was wearing eyeglasses. Look at the fiqh. That's how people know the deen. He didn't say you're wrong, what are you talking about, or you're tough. No. He said, oh, why the mic is haram? He said, because it was not at the time of Rasul. It actually was, no, the other way around. He was in the haram. It's a very well-known, it's a contemporary scholar. He was wearing glasses. And someone looked at him and says, what you are doing is bid'ah. And he said, why? I'm wearing glasses. He said, because it was not at the time of Rasul. Look what he answered. Did you just hear the adhan? He said, yes. He said, how did you hear it? He said, by the microphone. He said, that's bid'ah. There was no microphone at the time of Rasul. That's fiqh. That's fiqh. That's understanding of the deen. So haram and halal, right? And there is beautiful contemporary, a lot of beautiful comments, and I am going to just, because of the time, and again, I'm not going to finish it today. So the hadith of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam divided all acts. Some of it I'm going to read because it's very well written. All acts into 3 categories. There is no fourth. There's no I like it or I don't like it. It's not in this deen. 3 categories. Clearly permissible. Pay the attention to the word clearly. Clearly. There's no doubt. No doubt. And they're clearly forbidden. And those between the first 2. Those in between. Right? The people, very unlikely, and this is again, I'm reading and from the commentary in the Arabic, that the majority of the things are halal or the majority of things are haram. No. Think of this morning. When you are having a breakfast. Is this halal? Right? What am I eating? Am I wasting? Where did the money come from? Where did I buy it from? What is the thing I'm eating? Well, I'm eating bagel. It's halal, yes. But if the bagel is harmful to me, it becomes haram. If it is harmful to my body, it becomes haram. Because I need to take care of my body. Did you get this? But in general, yes, you go to the grocery shop, you earn the money, you pay exactly what it is, you leave, you've done halal thing, right? And the haram thing, I'm in the grocery shop, I see something on the shelf, there's no price on it, I pick it, put it in my pocket, they didn't see it, and I leave. Or I leave, and then I look at my bill, and there was something was not charged. If I'm eating it, that's haram. I didn't pay for it. Right? In general, the haram, everything Allah said in the Quran, haram. For food, حرمت عليكم, Allah said it clearly. Right? الميتة, والدم, the dead, blood. Right? لحم الخنزير, the meat of the pork, right? لحم الخنزير. And then all the kinds of animals, the way they were killed. منخنقة, choked, الموقوذة, the one that is hidden by a rock. متردية والنطيحة, متردية thrown from the top. نطيحة, two animals fought and one killed the other. That meat is haram. These are clearly, right? So that's the food. And then actions that haram. It's going to get painful a little bit today, so bear it with me. Right? Because I'm not going to talk about food. Because alhamdulillah, I doubt anybody in this room ate haram. No. I'm not talking about, I didn't know. I'm talking about intentional. I doubt. No way. I will be very confident. I say no way. But then comes into the others, leave the food. What I'm going to talk about. Which one? Dress code. Dress code. What do we wear? What do we wear? Don't answer me. People know that. But you ask yourself, okay, that's something I need to work on. Not everybody yet ready to do it full, as we say, full-fledged. But are you in the process? Do you know this is what I want you? Do you know this is haram?
Yes.
Because if you know it is haram, that's good news to me. Because you're not going to defend it. And you're still going to reject it inside you. But everybody is weak. Are you with me?
Yes.
You know when I get very worried? Is when the haram is obvious and people justify it. That scares me. Because haram is, may Allah forgive me, but it's reality. Haram is beautiful. Haram is free. Haram is available. Everybody does it. And if you don't do it, you are the weird person. Right?
Yes.
But if I do it because I'm weak, and in me, I know it is wrong, and I keep asking Allah to guide me, this is very good news for the person. Compare with the same person doing the same, she or he, and they look at me or they look at you and says, there's nothing wrong with it. Don't make the deen difficult. Those I worry about. Why? Because they are not going to listen, that they shouldn't do that. The only thing you do, make a lot of dua. Because as Allah guide me, guide you, made me see it, He can make them see it. Right? So this is what he is saying. And all the scholars, they say, no, majority of people know what is halal, what is haram. The doubtful thing, very few people know. Very few. Please don't get the answer from the internet. Because you don't know how to read the internet. You don't know how to read the fatwa. You don't know how did they get to this conclusion. Right? And I said this the other day to a youth. She said, somebody said this is okay. I said, listen, in this day and age, tell me what you want to do. I'll get you a fatwa, it's okay. Tell me what you want to do. I'll get you a fatwa. It's unfortunate. This is why the more you see around us, I say the person, I remember the hadith of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, the person who holds on to their deen these days, like the person who's holding on a hot coal, because it's very difficult. It's very difficult. And how many of you have heard hijab is not fard? Show me hands. Right. Why? Because once I say it's not fard, I moved it from the category of the, not doing it, I moved it from the category of haram to the category of, and then I'm fine. So you hear, and this is what we really need to be careful. I'm not saying everybody is saint, but at least I know what I am doing, I shouldn't do it. I'll ask Allah, I'll struggle. He will make it, he sees my struggle and he's going to make it easy. Versus I say, what am I, when people look at what I'm doing, what is the big deal? Then you come to so this is the first problem we are having, is where people know it is haram, but they justify it. Right? That's one. Now comes to the doubtful. What is doubtful? Who can tell me? What is doubt? ما هي المتشابهات? As the Imam al-Shawkani wrote a book about it, right? Number one, I'll give it to you, and I'm not going to give you examples. I want you to think. We'll discuss inshallah next time. The act where there is no evidence, strong evidence, to say it is haram or it is halal. There is no evidence, neither in the Quran nor in the Sunnah, to tell me this is haram or to tell me it is halal. Because in general, if it is halal, if it is not haram, it is halal. But if there is no strong evidence, then I am in between, fall in between. For example, who can give me an example? I'm sorry?
Celebrating birthdays.
There's way more important things than this. I mean it, Yanas. Let's put priorities. Smoking is haram. They moved it because once, so the sister here said smoking, doubtful. It used to be. Actually, it used to be makruh, disliked. Once they confirmed medically, and anytime you're gonna buy cigarettes, under it clearly says nicotine cause cancer. Khalas, it moved to the haram. Why? Because Allah said in the Quran, أَحَلَّ لَكُمُ الطَّيِّبَاتُ وَحَرَّمَ عَلَيْكُمُ الْخَبَائِثِ. He made all the good things for your body halal. And everything that's harmful became haram. Done. Smoking became haram. Shisha, because it is nicotine. It's not the shisha itself. It's the substance in it. This is what we need you to learn. It's not about the act, right? And the problem is a lot of people don't know that. And the tobacco by itself smells not good, right? The shisha or the hookah, these days they call it here, it smells good. They mix it with fruits, with things. And so now anything that is harmful, I told you, anything harmful to my body, it's haram. Because I am disobeying Allah, including halal food. Let's say you have allergy, whatever, nuts allergy. But you love nuts. And every time you take nuts, you end up in the hospital. Nuts is haram on you, not on everybody, individually. Okay, so the doubtful is when there is no clear, that's number one. And number two, there is difference of opinion. There is a stronger opinion, very strong. The other one is weaker opinion and the evidence is weak. This comes into the doubtful. This is becoming an issue these days because everybody looks at any opinion. No. If there is majority of opinion, agree that this is halal, there is take it this way. Majority of opinion tell you it's okay. And there is one weaker opinion with weak evidence tells you this is haram, the thing is halal. And the opposite is true. Right? If there is no evidence to say neither this or nor that, or there is two contradictory hadith, for ordinary people don't know how to bring them together, this is doubtful. One hadith says it's okay, the other hadith says it is not. Well, they are not like this. There's always ways to connect, but ordinary people with no knowledge, they don't. That's doubtful. I don't want to give you too much technicality because this is not a class of hadith. Inti take the advice he gave. فَمَنِ اتَّقَى الشُّبُهَاتِ فَقَدْ اسْتَبْرَأَ لِدِينِهِ وَعِرْضِهِ. This is what I want you to leave today with. Stay away from the doubtful. Stay away from it. You're not going to lose anything unless this is the only option I have and there is necessity I need, then that's it. It becomes halal. Alcohol is absolutely haram. When does alcohol become halal or become obligation? If I am going to die of thirst, there is nothing around me except alcohol. Alcohol becomes obligation. And if I don't drink it, I'm going to be punished. Because saving lives is number one in Islam. See, there's a lot of things we have to do. There's nothing right away. Do you know how much we throw haram, haram, haram? But that doesn't mean also everything is halal, halal, halal. But we really have to look at every individual, what it is. What is this and what is this? In this day and age living in, the safest way is to stay away from anything that you are not sure it is halal. I'm not talking about food. And especially if it is not following the sunnah. And clearly, right? So somebody eats with their left hand, they are lefty. Right? I'm not going to come to a 7 and 8-year-old and says this is haram. Right? That's not fiqh. I'm going to try to teach. I see somebody at 30 or 40 years of age, right? And he said, eat with your right hand. And they looked at me and says, Wallahi, I can't tell you how much I tried. For the last 10, 15 years, I'm trying. It's just, I cannot do it. I said, may Allah forgive you, I'll make dua for you. I'm not going to tell her, this is haram, you're going to go to Jahannam, or him. But if somebody says, what is the big deal? No, who said this hadith is right? Did you get my point? Anything you are in doubt, don't do it, stay away from it, unless there is necessity, and don't justify it. And it's becoming, the questions, if you are in my shoes, the questions we are getting, there is amazing questions I'm getting. There is a lot of people who really care about this deen. Women, I get mainly questions from women, but there is things nobody thought of even questioning. 5 and 10 and 20 years. So what do I do for me? Stay away from it. I always say this to myself. Are you going to die if you didn't do it? The answer is usually, then don't do it. Don't do it. I'm talking about the individual. Don't force it on other people. They ask you, you give what you're doing and why you are doing. Don't force it on other people. With the children, it's a complete different story. This has to be taken gradually, right? Why don't we, this last Friday, I was out of town and I heard one of the best khutbahs I have heard. It's very few times you hear khutbah on the spot. This was the Easter weekend, right? He went through the history of Easter. Why do they celebrate eggs? Why there is Easter bunny? Right? Why there is eggs? I never knew. Me too, right? And then inside it used to be empty. But now they start putting chocolates in it and things to make it more appealing. At the end, he said, this is a religious celebration, has roots that's against our religion. We should not celebrate it. Done. I loved it. But before he said this word, he spent 20 minutes teaching everybody in that masjid what is the history of Easter. Did you get my point? He didn't throw it right away. And I was like, this is good because it's a holiday. And the masjid was packed. There's a lot of youth also. Friday the schools were closed. And he took you through explaining everything. Where did it start? What it is all about? Why this is, it's opposite our deen and what we are celebrating. And he ended up by saying we should not do that. Should not do that. That is haram. Whenever anyone says shouldn't based on knowledge, not based upon languages. So halal is clear, haram is clear, in between them. Now somebody will come, that's why I told you the example he gave. What is the big deal if it's not haram. We say it, my nafs say it. I'm not talking about people. When I am doing something and I'm, the negotiation that we have, the fajr, I call there's a fajr negotiation. The fajr negotiation? You don't know? That's my words. The alarm goes on. Salah is 5:10. 5 more minutes, 20. I'm tired. Just give me a little bit. That's the negotiation. So in other things, right, don't go. Don't go with these friends. You will end up backbiting. No, it is not. You're going to say to yourself, no, it is not. I've went last time and they did not. But the 3 times before that I did. Now I am doubtful. Are you with me? Doubtful. Could be like last time, could be like 3 times before. What should I do? Don't go. Because if you keep playing, that's what he said, if you keep your actions are all or majority of it at the doubtful, you will end up in the haram, as the first example I gave you about the speed limit. And when people, this is really for everybody, when you asking someone, don't ask someone who's going to give you the easy answer. But also don't go to somebody who's going to give you the very hard answer. You go to someone who's going to talk to your brain and you make the decision. Unless it's obvious. But in the doubtful, should I put my kids in Islamic school? They're one of the biggest, right? It's very relevant. Should I put my kids in Islamic school? Should I do homeschooling? Should I put them in private school? Should I put them in public school? I have the ability to do all of the above. I can do all of the above. Are you with me? Which one I do? You're going to tell me Islamic school? Categorically? You're going to tell me private school? Categorically? Never answer. Because these 4, each one of them can be in the halal, in the haram, in the doubtful. I don't have money, I'm going to go and take a loan to put my child in an Islamic school. Then the source become haram. I'm going to put my child in a private school with the best education, but the child will start learning things completely opposite the deen. So everything you have to really sit down. And number 1, that's why at the end he ended it, it's your heart. That's why he ended this hadith. Work on your heart. ألا إن في الجسد مضغة إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله. If your heart is sound, your heart is pure, your heart is connected with Allah, He's going to guide you. Anything, and this is the main message I wanted to deliver today, anything you are not sure, the answer is don't do it. You are not sure. Let alone if you are sure, that's a completely different story. But if you are unsure and the decision is yours, subhanallah, look at this. This was an amazing story. One of my teachers recently said to me, she said, I went to visit somebody who has a lot of power. She went to the room and there was a lot of statues in the house. It's an amazing house. And that person who, with the power, was asking her, what do you think? And I was like, okay, and what did you say? Look at the answer. I learned a lot. She said to her, that the woman with the power, she said, she talked about herself first. She said, I am a woman who have only one choice, is to obey, and I cannot give orders. You are a woman who has the option to give orders, and people will follow your orders. They have no option. And I was like, what is she saying? Then she said, my husband brought to the house one of the most expensive pieces that all have statues. She looked at it. You know what he said to her? These are staying. If you don't want them, you leave. So she was telling her, you can tell anybody in your house, take it and leave. But I can't leave. I have 6 children. And Allah knows I don't want it. Did you get the point? So when you have the option, choose, stay away from the doubtful, even if you like it. Even if it is good, if it is beautiful, everybody is doing it. You know in that gathering that you're going to go, whether it's a wedding, whether it's a celebration, whether whatever, there is haram in that gathering. You know it. Why are you going? Well, you didn't know. Why did you stay? You're not going to tell them there's haram. You make an excuse and I'm sorry, but I really have to leave early. Why do you go? And then what happens now? I want you to end with this. because I really have to, less than 2 minutes I have left, because I really have to leave my class at 9. What is the big deal? That's the next question we all ask. What is the big deal? So what? So what? Number one, and think of this as you walk in the streets, not only about Muslims in general. Number one, we will get used to the haram, and we do not reject it, right? We live in a city close to the ocean, right? You're going to the ocean, you want to walk on the ocean. You love the water, it gives you peace. How many of us, really, non-Muslim, you see them in bathing suits and your heart rejected? Not like before, because it's no, right? The weather in another 2 or 3 months becomes very hot. People will dress. What for them is okay. But does my heart reject it? I'm not doing it. But does my heart reject it? The first problem in us Muslims accepting haram and next is doing haram is when we don't reject it. That's why kuntum khayra umma ukhrijat linnas. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says you are the best nation that was sent, not because we are this or that, because we say when it is wrong, say it is wrong. Don't say it is not my business. But of course you have to have, again, don't worry, and you don't rush to this. You have to have the knowledge, you have to have the wisdom, how you say it, but at least reject it inside your heart. Inside your heart, you have to reject it. Because if you don't reject it, you're going to be doing it slowly. I'm not talking about now. And I worry about 10 or 20. I always tell people, I'm not worried about now. And I'm worried about 40 years from now. If we accept it, we're not doing it, but we accept it, there's a generation is going to come, they will do it. The third generation, it's not. So the take-home message today is what you are doing is only 3 categories. There's no fourth. It's halal, Allah said so. Haram, Allah said so. Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam, the majority of the opinion, not looking for one weaker opinion to justify what we want to do. In between, the majority of it is doubtful. Stay away from the doubtful. The more you stay away from the doubtful, Allah will throw halal in your way. They start coming, right? And then you are. And the last story I will say Rasul alayhi salatu. This is when I learned this story, it was mind blowing for me. Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam was walking in the night. He was in i'tikaf. It was in Ramadan. This is after the verse of hijab. So the wives of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam were completely covered, right? He was walking. She came to visit him, and he was walking her back to the house. Yani, what is the distance? But 2 Sahabi were coming. He was walking with a woman completely covered. He looked at them and says, Innaha Safiya. Immediately looked at them, 2 Sahabi companions, not me. And he's a Rasul alayhi salam. He said, this is Safiya. They said, Ya Rasulullah, we're not going to be thinking about you ill. He said, the shaitan moves inside the body like the blood. Any doubtful thing, don't put yourself in a situation that people will think ill of you. And don't blame them, because Allah will take them accountable of what they are doing. But don't blame them. I put myself in this doubtful. Stay away from the doubtful. Everybody. And it is not easy. I'm being very honest. It's not easy. But just start doing it. And don't justify it. And I'm not going to be able to change the world, but at least I can protect me and protect whatever people around. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teach us. I want you to think, because next week we'll be talking more about the sound heart. I need you all to start thinking about what is the doubtful in your life. And again, don't worry about the food, because the food is very unlikely, alhamdulillah, right? I mean, even the halal meat, the biha or not, there is 100% different opinion, both are correct. There's no majority of opinion say this or that, just both are correct. So this is not what I'm worried about. And I'm worried about our dress code, our actions, our interaction, our behavior in masajid, all these things changing, our kids in the school, us in public, all these things. what we are eating outside, where the money is coming from, the jobs we are doing, all these things, because the haram is very abundant, subhanallah. May Allah forgive us all. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه تسليما كثيرا. Please forgive me. I really have to go because exactly 9 o'clock I have a class.